la 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 la. Please tell me to boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we got topics today. We got topics. Do 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 do. Up 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 bum 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 bum. How's everybody doing today? On this fine, fine day. Oh, what am I looking for here? That's what I'm looking for. It's gonna be so friggin' rad. Doo doo. Doo doo doo. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. All right. Tom, I'm streaming so late right now. I did this last week too, just because that's the way it ended up working out. When I first started streaming, it was right around the middle of the day. No matter when I stream, it's going to work well for some and not at all for anyone else. So, I kind of just decided to stream, at least right now, for whenever works for me. And then, who can catch it? Well, then they can catch it. It's cool, And Jeremy, I feel your pain. I feel your pain, my friend. Just getting set up here, everybody. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. And no worries. We're going to do 2 episodes tonight. 2 episodes tonight. And then one will come out tomorrow for Monday. And one will come out on Tuesday. Getting ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? Recording a few. Getting some in the can. And then they roll on out. It's going to be delightful. Woo. Gotta get the Pepsi in me. Otherwise, there's no way I'm staying awake. I'm going to fall asleep right here on the microphone. I'm just like... Hey, you're awake at 6:46 a.m. That is crazy. 5:46 a.m. What are you crazy people doing out of bed? That is preposterous. Absolutely preposterous. Getting a few of my favorite things lined up here. Got a couple of fun things I'm going to show off. Yeah. That's the ticket. Making sure I've got all my pictures loaded up. That'll work. That over there. And studio mode. Yeah. Boodly-doo. Let's pop out that chat. Say something Linuxy. There's going to be a lot of Linuxy. I'm saving it all. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Pocket Chip and the Pi Girl 2 today, which is going to be rad. It's going to be rad. Straight up, fully rad. All right, that works. Game window. No. This one. Crop top. 50. 60. Yes. 20. Beautiful. Boom. All right. I like that. I like that very, very, very much. What's he talking about? I don't know. Nobody knows. All right, let's see how this looks out here. So I'm sitting here, and then boom, I can show you that. And then boom, we're back to me. Ooh, that's not the right one. There's the right one. That, and then that, and then me. No, that's not me. That's that. There we go with that, and that's that one. Sweet. That'll work. Argentina. We should have a late night Linux show, like on TV. What do you guys think? Like we should have a, like, I feel like hardcore nerds. Like I guess it doesn't have to be just Linux, but mostly Linux. You know, like we could go up against those other buffoons that are on late night. Go up against Jimmy Kimmel telling nothing but Linux jokes. That would be fantastic. Kyler's in. All right. John's in. See? We already got a consensus forming on this one. All right. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do 2 episodes back to back. You guys can hang out, watch as I go through this. You can jump in, jump out as I'm recording this stuff. You can hang out and chat. You can tune out and watch the full versions of these that get uploaded on Monday and Tuesday. But here's what we're going to do. First episode is going to be tomorrow's episode. We're going to be talking about basically the Lunduke Lab stuff. I've got some cool gear, some cool pictures, some of the projects, all sorts of fun things. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Very light, goofy, happy. A bit of a change from what we had going on last week. And then the next episode, we're gonna be right back into it. It's gonna be yet another W3C related episode. Because my guess is we're gonna have a couple of those over the next month. Maybe not a ton, hopefully not a ton. I'm thinking 1 or 2 more. Then hopefully the story is ending. But Tuesdays is going to be another one of those. But it's going to be a more optimistic, pragmatic. Basically, it's an episode of me telling the W3C what to do. Is what that is. So we've got the doors open, so I'm going to dive right into it. That's going to be the second episode. And in between, we'll just hang out and goof off while we're getting these rocked out. Way to go, Kyler. Always quote the time in Unix time. I believe there is a Lunduke Hour IRC. I don't know what it is because I've never been there, but many people set it up, and they did a good job with it, I bet. All right. Ba-dabba-dabba-doo-dad. All right, let's just do this. Did I set that all up correctly? That looks right. It doesn't look wrong. And I like that about it. See, you don't get to see me stretching if you watch the recorded version. You have to get the live one to see me stretch. That's pretty important. Oh yeah. In case you're wondering, so you can drink along at home. Lately I've been going the real sugar Pepsi. because it's there. And I like real friggin' sugar. If I'm going to drink something sugary, I want it to be real damn sugar. None of this sugar substitutes. Pretensies sugar. Boom. Real sugar. All right, a little bit more. A little bit more. Then we can start. This is important. Can't make a good show without a brown carbonated beverage. That's what I've always said. Always. Every single time. Yeah. All right. Corn sugar. Bah! Someone kick Tom Loss out of this room. No, sir. Sugar comes from canes. Either that or fruit. You gotta take your choice on that one. Yeah, it is. This is Pepsi in a Coke cup. That is kind of funny, actually. Though it's also Pepsi in a Dr. Pepper cup. So, should get Pepsi to sponsor this show. I think it's one of the, considering the Pepsi I drink lately, that's one of the few tech nerd things where a sponsorship would actually make sense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not exactly going to go out and promo V8. Because that's ridiculous. That stuff's not brown or carbonated or sugary. I put a whole bunch of ice in this. Like a ton of ice. That was a mistake. All right. I do like root beer. Root beer is delicious. I'm a bit of a root beer connoisseur, but I need something with a little more caffeinated kick tonight. All right, Sergeant Script Kitty. Let the soda wars of 2017 commence. You know, actually, Jesse, I drink a lot of just unflavored seltzer water. I have a soda stream upstairs, and all it gets used for is just carbonating water, and occasionally I'll dash like a little bit of stuff in it. Like one thing I love doing is carbonating up some water and then taking one single strawberry and slicing it into a bunch of little slices, tossing that in some seltzer water. Oh my God, that is friggin' delicious. Oh, geez, that's good. Or if I want a little bit of flavor, toss in just like a splash of orange juice. Just like a splash of orange juice in a big thing of carbonated water like this. Splash, like a glug of orange juice. Oh, so good. So good. All right. Let's rock and roll. This episode of the Lunduke Hour is brought to you by System 76, Pogo Linux, and of course, viewers like you. My name is Brian Lunduke, and today we are going to take a break from all of the intenseness of the last week. We're not going to talk about the W3C at all. We're not going to talk about various bits of technology that are going to ruin your lives. We're going to talk about nerdy gizmos, specifically nerdy gizmos that we make ourselves. I've talked about this a little bit over the years, over the last several episodes that I've talked about this, over the last few weeks and months. I've been putting together this lab here, and the big purpose of the lab is to build modular hardware for me and my family to use. I've already been using Linux and related operating systems, free software all throughout my home, and on all the various equipment around the house. But what it ends up being is I don't have a lot of control over the individual pieces of hardware, especially the appliances, game consoles, set-top boxes, that sort of thing. And I want to be able to build them myself. I want to be able to modify them myself. Not necessarily laptops so much, though I do have one laptop-ish project. because honestly, that's just a ton of work. It's a ton of work to build a nice, integrated, tightly built, sturdy laptop, all by yourself inside your garage with nothing but your little workbench back there. That's really hard to do. So I leave that to folks like System 76 and whatnot. And but what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about two of the projects. And I'm going to show you exactly ones here, and then we'll get into them. The first one is this little bad mamma jamma. This is the Pi Girl 2, a handheld game console based on the Raspberry Pi 3. I've got mine completed and working, and we're going to go into details on how I built it. This is not going to be the final how to build and step-by-step all about just this little device. I'm working on a little edited version of that. This is just me talking about it, kind of reviewing